Hi Gemini, welcome to your February 2021 Taroscope with me, Raphael from Radiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. So quick note, my readings are for your sun, moon and ascendant sign. So if you're a sun, moon or rising sign Gemini, this is for you. And I always advise that you watch all three to get a clearer and more complete picture of how they speak to you, and more importantly, which part of you I as a tarot reader resonate with. Before we start, as always, I would like to bless my decks of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance, and I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So for your actions and options with the world at large this month, what are you doing, Gemini? You get the Tower card, right? So this month you are upset in the apple cart. Now I wonder, in a way, if this has something to do with the fact that your ruler is currently retrograde in the sign of Aquarius. Now, even though this is, the fact that your ruler is in the sign of Aquarius and retrograde, it kind of suggests a couple of things. One, yes, this could very well, have some issue with technology for you, but the other way that this could play out for you as well, it could bring you a really powerful realization. So pay attention to this month, because it looks like in a lot of ways you are preparing or gearing up to change something in a really big way. I have to say as well, I get the feeling that you are about to upset the apple cart this month. It kind of feels like maybe this is a moment of realization that you have that ends up, when you get on the soapbox and you start, making big declarations or big changes of some sort. I just get the feeling that this month you're going to be changing direction in a really, really sharp way, and maybe not everybody around you is ready for this. In a lot of ways, Gemini is a very friendly sign, and I know lots of people are like, oh, they're so duplicitous, and it's like, yeah. Every sign's got two sides to them, right? I don't really see it like that. I think what comes up though this month, I think there's going to be a very big change that you're going to try to implement, and I have to be honest, you may get some kickback because it doesn't look like everybody is ready for the new direction that you're about to start going in. When it comes to your technology, whether this is your phone, your computer, your laptop, TV, etc., this is not a month, especially if you're moving home or moving things around. Just be very careful with those things. It would also be a really good month as well. See, this is the thing. I don't like, lots of people say like, oh, back up your hard drive and, make sure your password is secure and stuff. I don't like changing those things in a retrograde. Because it tends to be glitchy at best. So it's always best to do it in the run up to it. And then that way it's kind of already taken care of. But just be aware of and careful with those things this week and this month. And like I said, if you are changing directions, if this is about being true to yourself, and it will be a big revelation, I kind of feel like the direction you're going in is because you have a big revelation about your past in some way. And it's going to make you say, right, okay, you know what? Now that I know that, and I know it at a bone deep level, it's time to do something different. For your money and materials, you've got the 10 of Swords. This is not an easy pairing, I have to say. And coupled with, look at this here with the Tower card. That is, I'm sorry to say, it's not a good pairing. It does suggest a few things this month. Please, 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 if you are lifting anything heavy, I know it's, I sound like an old man, like, make sure you lift with your knees, instead of your back. But this would be a month where, you could be just in the course of your duties, sometimes you go to lift something up and then twinge. This is a month for you to be really careful with your physical spine. So if you're moving things, lifting things, heavy objects or anything like that, if you do it on a daily basis especially, this month just be more conscious of your physical body and your entire back than you are normally, all right? Because, touch wood, I'm wrong on this, but this is, it could show up like that on a physical level. Now, when it comes to your finances, There's a couple of things that come up here. For a select few of you, this is about you clearing something off or pulling yourself. So this could be either clearing a debt or you're pulling yourself out of a financial agreement of some sort. And we all know what happens with that. You know, sometimes you get charged a penalty fee, you know, sometimes you get charged just for bloody paying things off early, which I find ridiculous, but hey ho. The other way that this could show up is an avenue stream, a revenue stream. That's that Mercury retrograde in the sign of Aquarius, right? The way that I've explained it is this one literally has me feeling like every thought that I have is trying to make its way out of my mouth at the same time, and obviously I'm struggling to get it all out. I've had so many stutters, moments where I've literally forgot what I was saying. This one is hitting me pretty hard, I have to say. What I want to say to you on this regard, this could be a revenue stream that is now closing down. Remember, the Ten of Swords is an ending or a completion. For a very select few of you, on touch wood, and I truly hope that I'm wrong here, but this may be the end of a job. You know, I mean, if you're going in a very different direction anyway, maybe this is some of you saying, the job, I'm going to, you know, I'm going to start my own business or start my own company. Just be aware that there are some challenges here. For your communications and conversations, you have the Queen of Cups. So this is nice because it looks like in a lot of the dealings that you have this month, you really do want the best for everybody that's involved. It just may be that it doesn't come across that way. Remember, that's the whole point of, well, it's the whole you know, spiel about a Mercury retrograde, is that wires can be crossed. One of the things that you are so good at, Gemini, is dealing with the fact this is not a month to now go against the grain and start coming from an emotional place. You need to stay in that realm of dealing with the factual information, because the second you start to muddy the waters with your emotions, it's going to get really challenging. All right. What I will say to you as well, in everything that you do this month, have a little thought of care for yourself. All right. So I don't know who needed to hear that, but I'm telling you, not only do you have my permission, but you absolutely should think about that this month. All right. Now, the other way that this could play out as well, a mother or an aunt or a sister, like an important woman in your life, may reach out, may need some form of help this month, you know, and it might be suddenly or unexpected. And also you might have what we would consider a clash of some sort as well. You know, you maybe with an important woman in your life, because you have very different ideas or you know, values or beliefs around something, you know, and maybe if you're going in a completely different direction, that's the apple cart that you're going to upset. Unfortunately, sometimes we have to walk our path regardless of who it upsets. All right. For your heart and half, you have the Empress. So this is very likely to be a mother, an aunt, a sister. There's an important woman in your life that is going to become, you know, very likely to be a family member. Let me put it that way. With the Empress, for those of you that are single, coupled with the Queen of Cups, this is beautiful. If you are meeting someone this month, there is a real sense that this person's just kind of awed or captivated with you, or vice versa. Just remember, we do have that Mercury retrograde, so you might, this might, you know, everybody looks tasty in beer goggles, right? But in the next morning, when the beer goggles come off, things tend to look a little bit different. And this month, you might find that if you're connecting with someone and it feels really passionate and deep and strong, like feelings, you might come to realize that how they are at the beginning of the month may not be how you experience them at the end of the month. Or maybe they appeal to the part of you that is challenged, or maybe they appeal to the part of you that is dealing with some sort of trauma. So it's really important for you to get a handle on, you know, why does this person make me feel good, and where does this connection really hit me? Does it hit me in my heart? Does it hit me in my head? Does it hit me in my soul? all of the above, or does it hit me in my trauma? And is that what I'm trying to hold on to? So very, very big and very powerful question that you'll need to ask yourself this month. For those of you that are partnered or in relationships already, this is nice because it offers a bit of a balm or a salve. Now, the only thing that I don't want you to do here is to kind of, you know, just gloss over the facts because it feels better. All right, just be aware of that this month. For your weeks of the month, your jumping card is the Hermit card right underneath the Tower. I mean, this really is for a lot of you. It looks like when it comes to your work or your profession this week, you know, this month, you're just going to be like, you know what, something's got to change, something's got to give. This is you really challenging the way things have been up until now. And I kind of feel like in a lot of ways, you guys are, you tend to be really sociable people, which is lovely. Whereas this month, I feel like you're going to want to swim against that tide and just kind of say, no, you know what, I'm going to go off on my own path. You know, especially if you're not met with the support that you would hope to be. For your second week of the month, you have the Devil card coupled with the Ten of Swords. When it comes to the finances, anything material, there could be a very strong energy of overindulgence this month. There could be a real tendency to overdo it. It's kind of like whatever emotional challenges you have this month, the chances are they're going to hit a fever pitch here in the second week of the month. And it's almost like you're trying to, you know, like that classic escapist kind of tendency that we all get into at some point. And we all use different things, you know, some people use food, some people use sugar, some people use sex, some people use alcohol, you know, like the list is endless. Everybody has a vice. It's just when they become, when they rule you, you know, then they're not really fueling you, you know, they're actually halting you. It becomes a crutch that is actually holding you back, you know, like maybe at first it gave you armor and strength to face whatever you needed to, whereas after a while it just starts to hold you back. For your third week of the month, you have the Chariot card, right? So this person, this Queen of Cups, is very likely to be a Cancerian. So just keep an eye on that, or keep that in mind. It does look like there's a journey coming up for you over the course of this month. Now, for some of you, this is very likely to be a journey that you will either want to take on your own. And it's really weird because I feel like it's a journey that you were supposed to take with someone. So maybe it's like a small vacation, maybe it's a little getaway, you know, but it's kind of like you're saying, no, you know what, actually, I feel like I need to take this trip on my own. And more importantly, it looks like you're looking to put some sort of distance between you and somebody that just doesn't seem to be meeting eye to eye with you on something. Not necessarily a bad thing, but remember, if you run away, eventually you've got to come back. And then for your fourth week of the month, you have your card, the Magician, or one of your cards, the Magician. You have brewing, my dear Geminis, a wonderful idea. And this wonderful idea has a lot of potential. I just want you to put that potential forward in a way that not only presents you in the best light, but presents you as you really are, right? There's anything or anyone that you have to embellish yourself for isn't really. In fact, I saw a post today, a meme today, that said if you have to tiptoe around people, then you're not amongst your tribe. This is exactly that, and especially when it comes to relationships or new relationships this month. For your key to the month, your overarching energy theme or thing that you might need to know that might be coming in behind the scenes, you have the Magician card, right? So remember, this is a powerful month for you. You've got a double hit of that Magician energy. The Magician is you, right? It's Mercury, so this is your ruler that shows up. That Mercury retrograde is really asking you to think about some of your connections. It's really asking you to think about some of the people that you call your people. And it's really asking you to observe the way that you are supported in the moves that you make. And the reason I say this, I don't want to get into a long sermon, but you know, you have that magician-like energy. And this is you choosing to go in a very new direction. If you don't have the support from the people that surround you, maybe it's time to think about who it is that you have around you. All right, with that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Have a fantastic week, month even, sorry. deliver me. Have a fantastic month. Take care. Let me know in the comments how it shapes up. Take care, and I'll see you soon.